This is Rome Colosseum, and it is a monument where about 400,000 men were brutally murdered. These weren't merely gladiatorial performances, rather, they were professionally designed spectacles intended to influence public opinion and maintain authority over an empire. And on Stories in Construction, we unearth the more profound reality that lies beneath buildings like this one. Truths that might have contributed to the fall of the Roman Empire. The Colosseum has served as both a terrifying reminder of its bloody past and a masterwork of Roman engineering for nearly 2 millennia. You can practically hear the echoes of the crowd's roar, the crash of steel, and the cries of men battling for their lives as you walk across the arena today. However, we must go back to AD 70 in order to comprehend why this framework even exists. Political unrest and civil warfare tore apart Rome. In quick succession, 3 emperors had fallen. Then came Vespasian, a leader who was determined to bring back legitimacy and stability. His answer? A large public monument, a reincarnation of Rome. And the Colosseum was the cornerstone of that icon. This new amphitheater, which was constructed on the site of Nero's infamous Golden House, was intended to erase the memory of oppression and replace it with a gift for the populace. It was an engineering marvel on par with a contemporary Super Bowl stadium, rising 48 meters high and spanning roughly 190 meters across to accommodate up to 80,000 spectators. Emperor Titus held 100 days of games to commemorate its opening in AD 80. Over the next 4 centuries, there was an unprecedented display of violence, including public executions, gladiator fights, and wild beast hunts, all of which were employed as means of control and for amusement. Gladiators were not valiant fighters inside these fortifications. They were condemned men, slaves, and captives struggling to survive. They were physically challenged while being trained in cruel schools known as ludi, but no amount of expertise could shield them from the emperor's or the crowd's will. Additionally, a lot of conflicts were staged for drama, politics, and propaganda rather than for fairness. But the Colosseum's brutality didn't end with gladiators. Exotic beasts, lions, tigers, elephants, even crocodiles, were shipped from across the empire to die here. Criminals were executed in front of cheering crowds. Beneath the arena, in the labyrinth known as the hypogeum, elevators, trapdoors, cages, and tunnels created one of the most advanced backstage systems of the ancient world. A hidden machine that added danger, spectacle, and mystery to every show. However, this feat of engineering came at a high price. By the 4th century, the Colosseum was becoming difficult to maintain as the empire was collapsing due to financial hardship. Rome's increasing instability was no longer concealed by the bread and circuses program, which used free grain and entertainment to divert the populace. Gladiatorial contests were finally banned as a result of the growing Christian movement's opposition to the violence. This once powerful arena was reduced to rubble by time, earthquakes, fires, and neglect. However, despite its deterioration, it continued to serve as a symbol of both Rome's past splendor and the evil that drove it. Today, the Colosseum attracts millions of visitors each year, rising from the heart of Rome as both a breathtaking masterpiece of ancient engineering and a haunting reminder of the empire that built it, an empire whose greatest symbol of power also echoed its eventual downfall. Its weathered stones, shattered arches, and silent corridors tell a story far larger than the arena itself, a story of ambition, brutality, innovation, and the fragile balance of power that defined Rome. And here on Stories in Construction, we dive deeper than the surface. We don't just explore the architecture that has survived 2 millennia. We uncover the human stories carved into every block, the political motives hidden behind grand monuments, and the ingenious systems, both mechanical and social, that shaped structures like the Colosseum. Because behind every iconic landmark lies a network of choices, conflicts, and consequences. And it's those invisible layers that truly reveal how civilizations rise and how they fall. Every monument has a backstory, and some of those tales have altered the course of history.